Nebraska having to go to a bowl game is fine. Okay. All I'm saying is there's a process that has to happen, and I don't know that in year one is when you need to be worrying about how many games you need to get to satisfy the fan base. I don't think that should be part of the equation in year one. I think what we should be interested in on the outside is that he lays a solid foundation that enables the program to grow from there. And he shouldn't have to worry about a benchmark number that the media and fans are setting for him.
Well, once again,
I'm saying.
Let's just clear this up once again. Now you've got your coffee. You're less surly now.
Okay.
There's no or else attached to my statement.
I think it's inherent in your statement.
No.
It's not written down, but it's inherent.
But are you trying to tell me that I think they should fire Matt Rhule if they don't get to a bowl game?
No, but it's heat. You're just apply heat right out of the gate. Now, some people are going to say, yeah, that's what you should do. You should apply heat right out of it. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's great. Apply heat.
At Ohio State, if you don't get 11
this
wins.
isn't Ohio State. I don't know if you've noticed.
I know, but you're talking about 5 less wins with what they're asking for.
This is not Ohio State. There's nothing about this place.
I didn't
Ohio
say
State.
I was working into the conversation. At Ohio State, if you don't win 11, 12 games, you're a failure.
I know. But
it shouldn't be
different.
It shouldn't be ridiculous for us to expect or have a goal of 6 wins.
Oh God. Okay. Let's move on. We got callers. Oh boy. I'm sure they're going to agree with me.
No, we'll see.
Me.
With you?
Me.
Okay. If you can hear us, you're up next on an early break. Who do we have here? Go ahead.
Hey, this is Dave. Hey, Jake, Steve.
Dave, what's going on?
Hi, Dave.
Hey, I know I might be late to the conversation, but
no, you're fine.
When 2024, when the new college playoff starts, and they're taking 12 teams, well, the Big Ten's probably not going to have divisions. Well, if you're not making the top 4 or the top 3 in the Big Ten making the playoffs, isn't it not considered a successful season? If you're just winning, if you're winning 90 games and not making the playoff, if you do that for 3 or 4 years, then what, Steve and Jake?
Well,
thanks for the call, Dave.
Depends. Yeah, thank you. Depends where you are. I mean, that's not going to be acceptable at Ohio State.
Have we not learned at this program that if Nebraska has a couple years in a row of 9 wins, let's accept it.
Okay.
And if play this back from December 2nd, 2022, and if in 5 years Nebraska's won, had 9 wins for 3 straight years, and I'm complaining, please play this back for me.
Okay. I mean, part of the, I don't know, everything's interesting to me, including these discussions now, because it's sort of gotten out of whack. I don't think you're going to get a lot of agreement on all these sorts of things right now. I just want to see what year one looks like before I start projections. I mean, Nebraska's back. 3-9, 4-8. That's where we're at. I'm not going to start this thing where we're 3-9, 4-8. You better win 7. You better get to a bowl. I'm not doing it.
Are you hearing fans say or else though? Like that, we're not attaching those words.
You're not saying or else, but it's.
I know. I'm
essentially.
No, I'm not saying because I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it because there's nothing subliminal about that. There's no or else. It's just, hey, it's a box. A check in a box.
Yeah, box.
Check a box.
What's the box?
Successful or disappointment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, year one, disappointment. Doesn't mean it's over for them. If it's not a bowl game, it's disappointment.
And that's what I'm not doing.
Then you move on to year 2 and say, well, let's see what year 2 brings.
I just want to see him build a program. It's 1 year. It's year 1. You know what happened at Temple and Baylor. It took him.
It scares me.
Why? Why does it scare you?
I don't like to have lost years.
Well,
we've had a lot of lost years.
I don't like. Well, yeah, I know. Because the program wasn't built properly. Right?
We can bicker about this for months.
We are.
We're going to.
It's going to be sad.
If this is unfortunate, you guys, guess what? It's the way it's going to be. You better hope for breaking news every day so we don't have to worry about this conversation. Yeah. By the way, before we get to some calls, I love the show for many reasons, but when you bring up the radios, we have so many people texting in pictures of their actual radios that they listen on. Still.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
it's beautiful.
God bless you.
Saying you can buy one of these on Amazon, you can go to the store and buy it. Or,
Amazon.
Amazon has radios.
Yeah.
I just love everyone's texting their pictures of the radios they listen to the show on.
I need to get more sophisticated. We had that trip to Ireland, and we had to order one of those things that you plug in. What are those things?
The adapter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
you can't just plug right into the wall with your cell phone
and
charger.
Yeah. Trick said get on Amazon. Well, I tried that. I don't have an account, and I didn't want to get one, so I just said hell with it. And there was at one point where I told her they don't have them at Best Buy, they don't have them at Walmart, and they don't have them at Target. I'm just going to drive to Seward.
What the hell?
Because that's what she said.
That's what I said too.
She said, I'm going to order one off of Amazon. You'll have it before you get home. It'll be ordered.
Seward?
She said, it'll be ordered, and it'll be taken care of before you get home. Don't drive to Seward. Because Seward has a Walmart.
Well, so does Lincoln. Lincoln has several Walmarts. Oh, by the way, what are we even talking about?
But they were out at Walmart. They're out at Walmart in Lincoln. And one of the people said, maybe drive to Seward. I said, all right, I'll drive to Seward at that time.
I don't understand.
I didn't. I called Trix, and she said, I'll order it off Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow.
Your life is just strange. It's just strange. We've got some phone calls before we get to Lee Sterling. If you can hear us, you're up next in early break. Who do we have here? Go ahead.
Yep. Hey, this is John. Good morning, guys.
John, good morning.
John, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, we're going to win 6 games and go to a bowl game here, and this is why. And let me put on my tinfoil hat.
Okay, all right.
For a minute.
Okay.
So I really believe when Nebraska joined the Big Ten, the old school guys that were running it saw us as a real threat.
Yeah.
And if you notice, our schedule, our officiating, the way the league office treated us was horrendous.
Yeah.
Now I think they feel somewhat guilty. If you notice, last year our games were officiated well. We had very few calls that were just egregious.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay.
And so I really think they feel bad that they've pushed us all the way down to the bottom like they wanted to. And now it's time to let Nebraska be Nebraska because they're no longer a threat. So I do think we're going to win 6 games.
That's interesting.
Because Nebraska is better. College football is better with Nebraska being decent.
And the Big Ten would be better, I think.
Okay. All right, John.
I mean, wouldn't the Big Ten, wouldn't the West Division really be it would look better if Nebraska was a power, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool for the Big Ten to see a successful Nebraska. We haven't seen it. Year 2 was the only time they made a championship game. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it does feel like it's evened out a little bit on that discussion about, Nebraska's schedules early seemed ridiculously difficult.
They did.
Right?
I think they actually were. They didn't seem, they were.
Yeah. So I do think that conversation, that's sort of an interesting call. What else? We got another one here?
Another phone call. If you can hear us, you're up next in early break. Who do we have here? Go ahead.
Hello.
Who do we have here?
Hello.
What's your name? Who do we have?
Hello. Dave Dipple. What's up,
Oh,
it's Cuz. The Cuz.
Cuz. Those were great blueberry muffins, by the way, Cuz. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Missed you at Thanksgiving. And Tippy does you still, even though you don't ever call her.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Well, she doesn't call me either. It's a
both
two-way
ways.
street.
Well, probably because you can't reach on that BlackBerry you're still using, and that's why you can't get to Amazon on your BlackBerry or your flip phone. Because we determined last week that you're only like 5 minutes older than I am, but gee whiz, you sure are behind on the time sometimes.
Gee whiz. You're the one saying gee whiz, Dipple.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Bring back 3 Dog Night, huh, buddy? Jake, you need to stop catering to the old man and playing that 70s music and stuff, Play something, play like hip-hop and get him back into, Play some Snoop Dogg for him or something.
I should get him with the times, right?
He does not cater to
on
me.
A separate note, we're talking about expectations versus hope. The whole state has hope that we do well, and we bring back to what you and I grew up on back in the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Uh-huh.
And so you can't lay old Rhule the day. You can't lay old Matt Rhule on, give him expectations of, we got to win 9 or because he's making $9 million. $1 million per win.
Right.
You can't do that. So we're all hoping for the best. And, I hope we can go 6-6 and get back to the old Gotham Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dave Dipple. Good stuff.
Now he does. Hey, yeah, Dave did talk some sense there. Hoping is, I'm. It's okay, I think, to hope. Of course, it's okay to hope for 6 wins. To expect them, I don't think. I think it's a little rash to start going down that road before he's even moved in here. It just feels rash.